In this tutorial, I want to start with the introduction of the rather large topic of the Maven lifecycle. When Maven builds a project, it steps through a number of predefined phases, and these predefined phases come together to make a complete lifecycle. Now Maven contains 3 life cycles, the first being the clean. This handles cleaning up of the previous build. If you watch our target directory during the clean lifecycle, you'll see everything beneath it being removed or deleted. Now this behaviour can be customised as in any other lifecycle. The second lifecycle is probably the most well known, and that's the default lifecycle, or otherwise known as the build lifecycle. And it handles your project building and deployment, and later on we'll be looking at customising it. Finally, the third life cycle is site, and this handles the creation of your project site documentation. The build life cycles mean that the building process of your project is clearly defined, and we don't need to provide Maven any further logic. So just to summarise, each build life cycle has its own list of build phases, and a build phase represents a stage in that particular build life cycle, and the phase has a responsibility to execute a goal. To help us visualize what a life cycle and the phases within the life cycle look like, we can execute a plugin that Maven provides called Help. We can execute the Help plugin via the command line. So I've called up a command window and we enter the following command. The first command is to invoke Maven, so that's mvn, which is the Maven batch file, space, and then the name of the plugin, which is help. Then we need a separator to separate the plugin from the goal to be executed, which is describe. Another space, and then we need to pass in a parameter to this goal, which is actually, so that's -d, and the parameter we're passing in is cmd equals clean. Now that parameter is, cmd is short for command, and we're passing or assigning the clean lifecycle to that command. So we can execute this. Okay, and what this plugin provides us is a little overview of what actually is in this clean lifecycle. We've got 3 phases within the clean lifecycle. We've got pre-clean, clean, and post-clean. If we look past the colon here, you'll notice that the first pre-clean is not defined, and the post-clean is not defined. But after the clean, we actually have a goal assigned to it, and that goal basically maps to a plugin, which is the Maven Clean plugin, and it's version 2.5, and the goal that will be executed on that plugin is clean. Now, like all life cycles, this can be customized, and to customize it we'll need to make a modification to the POM, and we'll be doing that in detail later on with the default life cycle.